Hi, this is Ms. Perenboom, and today we're going to be looking at learning target 2B, I can divide integers. Alright, let's start with our fact families. So, we're going to use what we know about multiplication to then help us come up with some rules for dividing integers. Alright, if I state that 2 times negative 6 is equal to negative 12, based on what we've done the last couple days, then I should be able to write some related facts using division and using the same numbers. So I should be able to say that negative 12 divided by 2 is equal to negative 6, and negative 12 divided by negative 6 is equal to 2. So that's a fact family. Alright, if I said negative 8 times negative 4 is equal to 32, then some related facts would be that 32 divided by negative 8 is equal to negative 4, and 32 divided by negative 4 is equal to negative 8. If 5 times 4 is equal to 20, then 20 divided by 5 is 4, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. And finally, if negative 7 times 3 is equal to negative 21, then negative 21 divided by negative 7 is equal to 3, and negative 21 divided by 3 is equal to negative 7. Okay, so now because we're focusing on division, I'm going to get rid of these multiplication facts, leaving us with just the division facts. And I'm going to resort these so that all the problems with positive answers are over here on the left, and all the problems with negative answers are over here on the right. So I'm going to have to take this first one and move it over here to this side. I'm going to take this one and move it up. This one's fine. This one can come up, and this one can come over. And this one can stay over here with the negative answers. Okay, so take a look at what we have over here under the positive answer category. So look at the types of numbers that were being divided that gave us then a positive answer. And then look at the ones over here. What type of numbers were being divided to give us a negative answer? Well, hopefully what you're noticing is that our rules for dividing are actually the same as our rules for multiplying. If the two numbers you're dividing have the same signs, then we're going to have a positive answer. So for example, 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3, and negative 15 divided by negative 3 is equal to positive 5. If the two numbers you're dividing have different signs, then we're going to have a negative answer. So for example, 36 divided by negative 3 is equal to negative 12, and negative 18 divided by positive 2 is equal to negative 9. So same rules for dividing as we had for multiplication. Okay, so a few examples to talk through here. We've got negative 54 divided by negative 9. So same sign means I'm going to have a positive answer. This should be positive 6. Negative 14 divided by 7, so different signs. I'm going to have a negative answer, and I know 14 divided by 7 is 2, so my final answer should be negative 2. Negative 36 divided by 18, so different signs. That should be negative 2. And 110 divided by negative 10, again, different answers, or sorry, different signs, so I should have a negative answer. That will be negative 11. Alright, and so a couple more rules that you guys need to be aware of are the rules for dividing with 0. Now, there are two different scenarios. If you do 0 divided by another number, so if I had to look for the quotient of 0 and any other non-zero integer, that is always going to be equal to 0. So if I have $0 and I split it up among 17 people, every single person is getting $0. Okay? Or 0 divided by negative 33 is equal to 0. Okay, the other possibility is that 0 is the number you're trying to divide by. And essentially, you can't divide by 0. 36 divided by 0 is what we call undefined. Okay, you can't split something up into 0 groups, okay, because there's got to be at least one group, right? And so if we don't have a number to define that, and so we say undefined. If you were to type that into your calculator, you would get a message like this that would say divide by 0 error. Alright, so the hard part here is knowing which is which. If 0 comes first, so 0 divided by something, that's when it's equal to 0. If 0 comes second, so you're trying to divide by 0, that's when it's undefined. Alright, so here are a few problems for you to try on your own. Okay, and so when you're done, you can keep watching for the last piece of this lesson. Alright, and so to wrap up for our video here, we just need to talk briefly about how to do long division. A lot of the problems that you're going to be solving are just going to require you to know sort of your basic math facts. However, there are going to be some problems occasionally that are going to require you to do a little bit of long division. So, if I have negative 1,512 divided by 9, I'm going to first model this with long division, but I'm going to do that with positive numbers. So I'm not going to worry about the sign of anything yet while I'm doing the long division, but I will double check at the end to make sure my answer has the right sign. So thinking ahead, I've got different signs here, so I know I should have a negative answer at the end. All right, but as we set it up, okay, here's our long division symbol. The top number, so the first number, that's going to go underneath, and the number we're dividing by, that comes on the outside. Okay, and so as we do long division, we're testing to see how many times does 9 go into, and then each of these different place values. So when we start with just the first place value, how many times does 9 go into 1? Well, it doesn't. 9's too big. And so 9 goes into 1 0 times. So now I'm going to look at the first two place values. Does 9 go into 15? Yes, it goes in once, so 1 full time, because 9 times 1 is 9. And when I take that amount away, I'm left over with 6. Okay, and so for the next part, I'm going to bring down my next place value. So now I'm asking myself, how many times does 9 go into 61? Well, 9 times 6 is 54, and 9 times 7 is 63, which is a little too big. So I think we're going to do 9 times 6, and that's 54. And so we're going to subtract that away here. 61 minus 54 leaves us with 7. And again, bring down the next place value. So 9 goes into 72 exactly 8 times, leaving us with a remainder of 0. Okay, hopefully that process seems familiar and that just jogged your memory a little bit. You're going to practice a couple here on your own, and we will practice some more tomorrow in class as well. But to finish this problem, we know 9 is now going in 168 times, but again, we had a negative number divided by a positive, and so we should say that our answer is negative 168. All right, and so these next two, you're going to try these on your own. Please write them down on some paper. You'll enter your answers in here to the video, but bring that paper back with you to class because we'll talk about it when we start class tomorrow. All right, and to wrap up, let's record something you either learned or were reminded of from this video, and then any questions that you may have. Try to make sure you have at least one thing written down for each prompt. All right, thanks for watching.